Hey man, today is August the 6th. August the 6th. Yes, sir.
So,
Turnbuckle Talk. We back. What's up, Reg?
what's up, man? Long time no see. Still seeing the WWE.
Hey man.
What's been going on with you, man?
Man, life is life, man. You know what I mean?
Yes,
We're just getting it
sir.
done.
Yes,
Man, I had a
sir.
long day today, but I ain't complaining. You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
right, right. That's
Look,
over with, man. It's your turn. It's
that's
your
right.
time.
Yes, sir. And I'm hey, just getting to the meal, but hey, everybody please bear with me while I'm eating. But Reggie, I gotta catch him when I can. And Reggie's opened up his schedule, man. He's had a hectic schedule as well, but we both got together and was like, man, we got to get back, man. We got to bring this Turnbuckle Talk back. And by the way, we are on YouTube and TikTok at the same damn time.
At the same damn time, at the same.
Yes, sir. And as y'all see over there, night one, we're gonna start with night one of SummerSlam, and we're gonna talk about night two as well. And we're gonna give props to a legend. So that's what we're doing tonight. And just get ready for Turnbuckle Talk. Cause we back, baby. We back.
Yeah. Let's
Okay,
go.
Reggie. Hey,
Get into
new system, new style, man. Let's jump right into this thing, man. Night one of SummerSlam, okay? And that's the crazy part too, by the way. We're talking night one and night two. This is the first time ever SummerSlam has been two nights. Do,
right.
do you like two night formats? We know WrestleMania is two nights.
I do like the two-man format. I think uh, uh, don't want to get too far gone before we talk about the matches, but what I do think they need to cut back on some of the content so they can build stories a little bit more because that's what makes you want to tune in to each match. So if
Hmm.
they're going to do tonight, we need to invest a little bit more into some of these matches. Uh, so it can feel like a big event, like it actually is. It's just this is the first time it's two nights, so work out the little kinks, and they'll probably get it right. It'll probably end up being what it's supposed to be. And I wouldn't mind if all of the big four is two nights actually, because I think the women deserve a night for their rumble. If they don't get another evolution, they can at least spotlight them on the rumble.
Yeah, it gives more room, more opportunity there as well. I like the two night format. Um, I mean, why not? I mean, so many wrestlers on the roster
Right.
that there's a way to get more talent on. So if you
Mhm.
have two nights, um, done the right way, you have room there to give people opportunities, man. Because we're gonna talk about a match on here where I think someone who made the PLE Premium Live event, deserved to be on there. And if it wasn't a two-night event, maybe that person wouldn't have been on there. So we'll talk about that too when we get to the Sami Zayn match.
Okay. Yes. Yes. We're gonna talk
All
about
right.
that match. We're gonna talk about that match. First
Yes,
match:
sir.
Roman Reigns, Jay Uso versus the Braun Strowman, and Bronson Reed. I think I heard something saying they finally got a name for the group. I don't know if it's official, but it's supposed to be the Vision itself is the Visionary. And
Hmm.
leading up to the match, which that we had the scuffle with Roman himself uh back in Royal Rumble with him and Punk. So we had Roman Reigns himself going at it, but it looked like Seth got hurt. So it's just the Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with against Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. Which Bronson Reed has been giving it to my boy Roman Reigns. He finna get a whole shoe collection of Roman Reigns shoes. So he destroys Roman, takes his shoes. He did that last Monday night. Well, was that
Right.
Monday or Friday? I think it was
It
Monday he
was, it
did
was
that.
on Monday Night Raw.
It was Monday Night Raw. So that was the lead up to the match. Which was how did you feel about the match entrance, everything, uh, leading up to the the the, the win before we get the fans who won? How did you feel about the match?
Well, Reggie, I was, the match was a match. It was a good match, by the way. Um, I think in that match we was able to see how both Browns, by the way, like how
Hmm.
physical they are. You can tell like these guys are unhinged. They're the future of the WWE, and they have like they are both a force to be reckoned with, right? And working as a tandem, they're just devastating. They got Paul Heyman as their wise man, and so you got the right person in your corner.
The Oracle.
On Yeah, on and off screen, right?
Right, right.
What did you say? The Oracle,
Yeah, he's the Oracle.
right? Okay, yeah, the Oracle. So like on and off screen, if he's working with you on and off screen, like you're going places because that's
That's
one of
one
the
pick.
brightest minds in the sport. And so
Right.
but getting right back into the match, man. Look, it had the physicality there. They you could tell in this match that um Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker physically, man, they the monsters out there. So Jay was getting tore up a lot in this match. It was really about Jay, trying to struggle to get the hot tag over
Right.
to Roman, so Roman can
Right.
do
They cut him
damage.
off. They cut him off. Hmm.
Yeah, they cut him off all match, and like, so you can tell, like, when this match is over, it's like, man, you know what, man, the OG bloodline, uh, they got their butts handed to them, man. And but they was able to pull it out and get the W. So, what they did what they needed to do to get the win, but it took a lot. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoyed the match, man. I thought it was a good match. It took care of what it needed to take care of, and it was an opener. And I think if you're gonna
That
be like,
shocked me. That shocked me.
well, and you know what? I want you to go into that, but for me, what I hear them say, I hear them say it a lot though. Like if you're not gonna close out, you might as well open. So I guess
Mm.
if you're gonna open the show and get the show and set a tone for it. And that's probably the time that most people are most jacked up outside of the main event
Right.
for
Right. That's
for an
true.
event. That might be the best place to be. But give your thoughts on that though. Do you think maybe it should have been the match right before the main event?
I I would say not right before the main event, but
Okay.
where we have that Jelly Roll and Randy Orton match, I would have probably flipped that. Like you said, you do want to start out with a bang and set the tone a little bit, but then you have this is what I ran into. By the time that fourth match came, I wanted to get to the main event again because I need to be hyped up again.
Yeah.
So that's why hopefully next year they'll get it where they can. The matches need to be organized a little better to me. I didn't mind it being the first thing, but I needed something in the middle to carry the weight of it. And I
Oh,
think
okay.
if they would have switched one of the women over too, also like Naomi, her title shot, uh, or switch places with Tiffany and Jade or something like that, I think it would have been a
Hmm.
lot. Let me
Okay.
ask you this: how do you feel about those 40 guys? Do you feel like they should be kept as solo acts, or you think they should go into a tag team with those guys?
You're referring to Roman and Jay and the Bronze, right?
Right,
Uh,
right,
I think it's good now for now, right? Introducing this war now as a tag, thing, because what's happening is with something else I noticed, and I'm looking at the side of Roman and Jay, right? Roman treated Jay like crap for years, right? In the original Bloodline story, WWE
right,
version of Bloodline story, because we know the Bloodline goes back for decades, but this Roman Reigns bloodline, right? When he was the bad guy and he had the Uso brothers doing all his dirty work and making he forcing their hand to make sure they win that tag championship and don't lose it. And when they did, he took it out on them. He treated Jay like like the bottom of the shoe. And it was good to see in this match that Roman actually kind of he encouraged Jay. He actually took a step back For
Right.
and Jay was more of the focal point in this match, and he risked his own body and took that spear and move Jay out the way. Now we know
Right.
Roman, and we know that he's not typically like that. So
Right.
the fact that they starting off as a tag, it gets to let us get a glimpse of okay, what kind of Roman do we have? What kind of Jay is this? Is this Jay still going to ascend and be a main event player? And from this tag match, that's what I got from that. But long term, eventually we're gonna have to get the one on one. I think we got to get that Bronson Reed Roman Reigns one on one match. We got to get it. He keep taking the man's shoes. He's taking them J's, man. He's
Right.
getting some
Right.
free Jordans, man.
The funny part is when it's and I still want to see Braun Breaker and Roman, but now I want
Yeah,
to see Bronson and Roman a little bit more for some reason. So I would like to see that next. If they, I want to know what they're going to do with this angle next, and
yeah,
um, we can talk about it at the end so we get some match because the next match because I do want to know where is it going now. Yeah, uh, is it over with that and what happens next? But we'll get into that when we talk about the close of the show.
okay. But yeah, Roman and Jay, they pull out the victory, kick things off. Um, the OG bloodline with the W. Hey man, we could just use this card right in front of us. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss win the women's World Tag Team Championships from the Judgment Day. I
Love
like the
it.
Judgment Day.
I do too. I do too.
Yeah, I like
I
them,
do too.
and they defend those titles long enough. I mean, they held the fort down with Liv Morgan being out. Um, I think they got a star there, and Roxanne Perez stepping in.
Right.
Excellent fit. She seamlessly moves in. It's just a testament of the program that WWE has, where they bring you in and
Mhm.
run you through EXT, get you to the big rosters, and it's just a smooth transition. That's what we're gonna see a lot of that, and throughout the next decades here. But Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, two major single competitors, not they don't necessarily see eye to eye right throughout the years, but they finally are, and they hugged it out after this, man. So what you think about this? You said you loved it.
Right.
Why?
I love the decision, even though I love the Judgment Day and I like what they did. Like you said, bringing Roxanne Perez to replace Liv Morgan, and I was kind of liking that tag team with Roxanne and what's her name?
Raquel, Raquel
Raquel. Yeah,
Rodriguez.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And Raquel she had a match with I think with Charlotte not too long ago. She's been stepping up. So
yeah,
if they didn't go that way with them winning that match, I was actually cool with the Judgment Day still having the belt. But since they chose to put it on Lexi and Charlotte, I think it's a cool thing. Kind of remind me of Randy Orton and the RKO, uh, not RKO. Who was it? RK Bro.
talking about Arcade Bro. Oh, with Riddle.
Yeah,
Yeah, with Matt Riddle.
yeah.
Yeah,
It kind of reminded me of that, and I also like the way they tone down Charlotte a little bit because I know they want her to be likable, and it looked like she finally got it by attaching herself to Alexa Bliss, and they changed the wardrobe up a little bit too, so she appears to be a little bit softer. So I want to see
yeah,
where this goes for Charlotte. I really don't want next month when we coming back in here. I don't want to be talking about Alexa versus Charlotte. I actually want this to to play out a little bit. And if it does end up, WWE, they put you together, they got to break you up. So
yeah,
if we do, I actually want Charlotte to stay a baby face because I'm liking this Charlotte. I like Charlotte anyway, but I'm liking her a little bit more. I'm not a big fan of Alexa Bliss, but them two together, I like it. So yeah, they work well together too. So I
yeah,
like it. I like it.
yeah. I mean, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, major single competitors throughout
Hall of
their
Fame,
career.
they definitely Hall of Fame, both of them.
Yeah, right. Both of them going in, and this is good. I mean, it actually gives the tag titles that much more credibility because now you
Hmm.
have one of the best ever in Charlotte Flair holding the title,
Right.
and like you said, a first ballot Hall of Famer, Alexa Bliss holding that title too. and whoever can take it off of them, I mean, that's going to be a major coup for them in doing that. So yeah, I'm good with it. I think it's just like again, like you said, the story, with Charlotte, showing the softer side. Charlotte finally playing, working well with others, that kind of deal. Alexa winning her over. All that ties into this, and them defeating the Judgment Day, which was a solid tag team. Also it gives them credibility on that. They just didn't beat up on anybody. They really earned that championship for the World Tag Team Championship. So hey, we're gonna see what they do, man. We're gonna see who's next in line. You know what I'm saying? We gotta see how that's gonna go too.
Is this Charlotte first time winning a tag title? I know it's not for Lexi, but I'm not sure with Charlotte. Is this her first time
Um
winning?
Well, what we'll do, we get our research team on that. Like, I'm just going
Okay.
to go through my memory bank, and I don't recall her winning. Now, I do know some other, major players have, like, at the
Right.
time, Sasha Banks, Bailey, Bianca Belair. They come to mind having the tag championship. But I don't quite remember Charlotte doing it, and it makes sense because Charlotte, she usually a one man band. She
Right.
always like to cut in the front of the line and get a immediate title shot, no matter if she's been out for a week or 6 months or 8 months. So
I give
you
Charlotte
know what I
like
mean?
that. Charlotte like that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, hey man,
Hey,
Charlotte's a beast.
hey, she's the
She's a
Nepo
beast, man.
baby, and she deserves it. Sometimes she deserves it. So
Now look,
I love
This ain't
her.
Bronny James. This ain't a Bronny James, right? This is like Charlotte is, she's elite. When you talk about best wrestlers ever, she comes to mind, and I just said best wrestlers. I ain't even say male, female. We know
Right.
female, she's got to be at the top. But all together though, male, female, whatever. Charlotte's up there, so yeah, she's earned all this, man. It's good. This is good for her
Mm.
because guess what? In WrestleMania, she lost to the next person that we're gonna talk about, which is Tiffany Stratton. And this is really gonna be interesting, Reggie. I gotta get your opinion on this match because just the matchup as well. Mainly that because I know you're a fan of Jade Cargill. I am too, and I know you was a big fan of Tiffany Stratton as well. So for
Right.
these two together, what are your thoughts on just just those two competitors, and then we'll get into the match.
Well, like you said, I love both of them, and I wanted Jade to be on the big stage.
Yep.
Uh, there's Tiffany. She's doing well with her title. The only thing I
Yeah.
don't like is both of them went into it as kind of a face. So this is another point where they needed some story. And I know they want to do the respect thing, but I need some dirtiness. I need a fight in my world. And if it's going to be for the big title, the feud needs to feel a little bit more of feel bigger. And it just didn't click for me. And I actually think these two wrestled before and they had a great matchup before
Hmm.
on Raw, and it was a
Yep.
little bit better than this one to me, the one they had previously on Raw. I really thought Jade was going to win it because I thought it was her time to
Ooh.
shine, and I didn't think a loss would hurt Tiffany, but I think the loss hurt Jade a little bit because I don't know where she goes right after this. So,
Okay.
and a lot of people, we got a lot of Jade haters anyway. Um, when it comes to wrestling fans, for some reason they don't see the talent. But I love Jade. I think she's real talented. But I just don't. I don't know where it goes now. Being that you were at the top, you had your shot, and do you get a rematch with Clash at the Castle coming up, or where does she go from here? So
Well, I tell
that's
you
my
what. Yeah, but Reggie, I mean, you made valid points, man. I mean, a lot of them, man. I'm gonna go back and listen to this again, um, because you made a point about them both being a face, basically going up against one another.
Mhm.
So that's gonna split the fan base. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna flip.
Right.
And when I say fan base, I'm talking about the audience at MetLife Stadium. Because
Mhm.
they actually cheer for both of them.
Right.
Tiffany was at one point a heel, but in that feud with Nia Jackson, how she came out of that cashing in on Nia and all that, it flipped her. You know what I'm saying? Especially the way Nia was treating her. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Bullying her and stuff like that. So
Right.
if she was still a heel the whole time, just to spoil whatever daddy's girl character that she is, then you would have had that dynamic then. But I look at it from this standpoint. Both of them have really just getting started in the wrestling game. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? I think they like I know Tiffany, what this is year 4 altogether, coming
Right.
off of gymnastics or things like that. Like this is her year 4, so she's barely gotten started in the game, and she's at the championship level. Jade, right? They said that Jade's kind of is raw. She was doing well in the other company, and they kind of shot her to the moon over there, made her like a female Goldberg. But WWE is taking her and taking their time with her. So I'm
Right.
okay with her losing this match because to me, if she won the championship, if she won it Saturday night, that
Hmm.
match was Saturday, yeah, night one. So
Right.
if she had
Right.
won that championship Saturday, my question would be, okay, she's a champion, but what happens next? Where does she go after this? What happens when she loses this championship? And I'm tying it back to what you were saying, building it up. I do feel like if I had a critique on this, is that it kind of came up that
Right.
Jade is ready to challenge somebody for a championship, and she threatened her last couple of weeks, but it wasn't like a big story behind the two.
Hmm.
And so there wasn't enough in there to kind of be like, oh, you know what? I gotta go for Jade this time because of what Tiffany did to her last week or the week
Right.
before or vice versa. It was just more like, here's your next contender. She's coming for you and have the match. So I'm okay with Jade losing now because there's still things that can happen and she can get back to this point and then people be even more behind her. And maybe it's against another opponent. And it could be
Right.
the other woman that has the world championship. And that already has a story. It has a heel in the face. When I'm talking about Naomi.
Right. Right. I think the mistake they kind of made, and I know they get paid the big bucks, so I don't think they made a mistake, was letting Jade win the Queen of the Ring, which was good, which is good, which is good. But I really think
Reggie.
Oscar should have won that King of the Ring, that Queen of the Ring. I think Oscar should have won it. And if I have Tiffany versus Oscar, Oscar, even though people like her, I don't even know if she's a face or a heel because sometimes she plays a little dirty. I think
Right.
that would have been a little bit better. She spray Tiffany in the face or whatever, and people still don't boo her. People love
Yeah.
Oscar, so we didn't have to kind of sacrifice Jade's momentum after winning that Queen of the Ring. That's the only thing I don't
Reggie,
see.
you on fire, man, because you brought up another point. And it's not like a real full on storyline to it. Remember, we were talking about probably we need a better story between these two. But
Mhm.
you're right. Jade qualified at Queen of the
Right,
Ring. She won Queen of the Ring. That's why she's challenging for the championship because she can pick her opponent. That's what the Queen of the Ring and King and Queen of the Ring does now. You have that opportunity there. You got the elimination chamber where you can challenge, and you have the Royal Rumble. So it's like three opportunities, you know what I'm
cashier.
saying, where you can challenge for a championship. And then you got the Money in the Bank. So there's 4 ways you can be a champion now or go straight to somebody. And but even with that, it still didn't seem like there was enough of
Right.
a back and forth leading up to this match. So that's the only thing that kind of left me out with that. And I'm gonna say this to those who uh that are really, 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 really upset that Jay didn't win. Just think about this. She's still raw. Like she looks the part. She's a movie star. She's gonna be in movies, right? She's gonna be world champion at some point.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. She's gonna get there.
Right.
Let's just let it cook a little more and see how she gets there and when she gets there and who she fights. Because again, her and Naomi for the championship, I think we really got something there. Whenever that come
Right.
along, it could be WrestleMania when we
Right.
have that match. And
And,
man, what
and
a moment that'll be.
Tiffany needed it actually. I mean,
Yeah.
Tiffany needed it for her title defense. Needed a big win. Some Jade. Some people think she unbeatable, but yeah, I think Tiffany needed this win for her reign as champion. I don't know where it goes next with either with either one of them, but I think, like you said, Jade, she gonna get her opportunity. Right now, it
Oh
is
yeah.
Tiffany. it's Tiffy time. So just keep the ball rolling with her uh, having a solid run with the title.
Yeah, and some people don't need to like need to give Tiffany her due and don't hate on Tiffany because she won, and she's the champion. Um, Tiffany has earned her spot too. Between those two, I think they are the future. Like that's a future WrestleMania, main event
Mhm.
type match coming, down the line when they both get to that level. And
And
Tiffany
that's
still
building
got a ways to go too. Yeah.
right. We're building the history right now of these two. So you're right. Both of them young. We'll see this matchup again and again, again and
Yeah, no
again.
doubt. No doubt about that. I mean, it's you see it. They both look the part. And so it's going to happen again and no doubt about it. All right. So Jade, if you're out there and you hear us talking, hey, we're giving you your due. And come join us one day. Come join us, Jade. Join us
Yes,
live one day. All right.
yes.
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn,
Mm-hmm.
man. He got the victory over Karrion Cross. This is where I was talking about that one character, one super, man, the one WWE superstar that benefited from it being a two-night event. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Karrion Cross made the card. There's a lot of wrestlers that didn't make this card. Finn Balor comes to mind. JD McDonough comes to mind. I mean, you
Night.
got a lot of LA Knight. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people, a lot of guys out there that didn't make the card. And so, and again, I know there's a lot of backlash out there in the social media world about Karrion Cross losing the match. But let's not forget, he was on this card. He was on SummerSlam. There's a lot of WWE superstars that did not make SummerSlam. The New Day didn't. They didn't wrestle in SummerSlam. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So there's a lot of wrestlers that didn't. Carmelo Hayes didn't wrestle on SummerSlam. We can go on and on and on, right? What's my
Right.
guy with Aleister Black? Our Truth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was just
I was
fired
about
and
to say
rehired.
right.
You know what I'm saying? He's not even on the card in no shape, form, or fashion. By the way, I thought he was going to kind of show up in the John Cena thing, but it
You
didn't
too.
happen.
You too.
Yeah,
I wrote that
yeah,
on a YouTube comment somewhere. I
yeah.
said that I thought that he would come in and actually help his role model win the belt.
Right. That would have been
I
awesome
said
too,
the
by the
same
way.
thing. You said the same
Yeah.
thing. But
But what's your thoughts
anyway,
on Karrion Cross?
you said all that. I think this match was absolute non not costly. I don't want to disrespect the guys that love both Sami Zayn, love Karrion Cross.
Yeah.
The one thing I don't like is I'm tired of Sami Zayn being a face that wins every match for no reason. This does nothing. He didn't need this. Sami Zayn can go from today beating Karrion Cross for what they say. He had to say he was right or he was
He
wrong.
was right. Yeah.
Yeah, till tomorrow he'll be facing somebody for a title. So I don't think Sammy really needed this. I think Cross needed it. I think he needed Cross needed SummerSlam, like you said, but I wish he had a different opponent. I don't like right now. I'm not feeling Sami Zayn winning all the time because I don't see what the reason is. I really
Yeah.
wish they would have. I won't carry Cross on the card, but I wish they would have had Rusev and what's his
Shameless.
name, Sheamus on the card because that had a little backstory. It was a kind of a war. So this one, I was kind of down on this one. I was going to the bathroom. Might have turned on Madden for a little bit because I didn't
Oh
really
man.
I'm not feeling Sami Zayn at all. I'm not a big
Okay.
Sami Zayn.
Well, to me, it sounds like you're saying he needs to like change the coat of paint.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
he turned heel, and that's why I watched that match because I wanted to see because Karrion has been, he did it to the New Day, right? He got in their
Mhm.
head, and and look what happened to them. They flipped. You know what I'm saying? So I thought he was trying to do that with Sammy, but Sammy didn't bite.
Right.
Maybe he bites later. We'll see. Um, but yeah, right now it kind of went the way if you was trying to predict how the match would go, it went the
Mhm.
way that most people would have thought it would
Yeah.
go. So I don't know what they're gonna do next from that. But Karrion Cross, I think, and if he hangs in there, if his contract's renewed, I'm hearing he's got days numbered on that. he can come back and be something special because he has everything. You know what I'm saying? He's got the manager who's also his wife. He got the entrance. He's got the look. He's got the gift of gab. He's even got his own style that nobody else has. He's a
Yeah.
unique style. So I think that it can work for him. We'll just see how long it takes and go from there.
Yeah, he needs a
But
few wins, and I think he'd be right there. He really,
okay,
to me, he's right outside of that Intercontinental U.S. title
yeah,
picture. So
was
yeah, I hope they do re-sign him. Don't let it leak out to the dirt sheets and have him come back attack somebody. The
yeah.
crowd love him already, so just let him cool off. Get it, he already got the momentum. Just get a new story for him and get him back out there. I don't think they want to lose Cross. I think he'll be one of those guys that when you lose, you might regret it because it seems
Yeah.
like he's the type that he bets on himself, so he'll come back with a vengeance.
Well, he was already fired one time, somewhere around
Right.
that pandemic time, and then he
Mhm.
worked. He came. They brought him back. So I don't see him leaving. I just I see them working that deal out, and they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? They know what
Right.
they know what's going on. They know that the fans are behind them. They could
Even
be doing this on purpose. You know what I'm saying? To kind
right.
of build even more of a groundswell for
Because now you got to trick the internet. You got too many dirt sheets out there. You got to kind of trick them to keep the feel of wrestling, that surprise factor that's always been there. You got to so much to bite. There's so much to fight nowadays. And
them.
another
Yeah.
thing they could actually do is they partnered up with TNA. He can go to TNA. He can go
Yep.
to he can go to NXT. I don't think it's a
Yep.
downgrade if Karrion Cross goes back to NXT. So
It's not.
yeah, he got options. People call NXT the development. I don't see NXT as development anymore.
No, not in its totality. I mean, of course, they use it, uh, as a test market. They use it for training, and those who really need it. Like it is development for those who really need it. But it stands on its own now. It's its own thing.
Right.
It's like I mean, whatever TNA is, NXT is up there with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, the roster is awesome in NXT. Um,
Hmm.
if I just saw Chelsea Green. She was just there the other night, and so was Nia Jax. She showed up
Right.
and went
Right.
after
Right.
Last Legend. So like all this cross back and forth, and then you got the TNA NXT partnership, even AAA in over there in Mexico. I mean, you have wrestlers going over there. Lola Vice been over there. Dominic is going to be in the main event over there in a couple weeks. So you got all that going on. So yeah, it is a good thing. Reggie will be back shortly. When he comes back, we're gonna dive into that Jelly Roll and Randy Orton match. Uh, they did not win. I know the graphic says they won, but that's the match that we're gonna talk about shortly. Jelly Roll, Randy Orton, going up against Jake Paul and um, Drew McIntyre in that tag match. So we'll talk about that in just a minute. Giving Reggie a chance to jump back on here. So hold tight with us. All right, gotta make sure I get this information over to him. Hold on, we'll be right back. Don't leave. All right, I'm still here. All right, we'll get Reggie back on shortly. We'll get him on in any second. Just hang in there. All right, there's Reggie.
Sorry about that.
Oh no, you good, man. I was just asking about it. Be patient. We were gonna try to get you back on here and get you back on the screen. All right, so Jelly Roll, Randy Orton. I mentioned to the audience that it's on our screen, but the winners of that match was Jake Paul and Drew McIntyre. They won the match. But what was your thoughts on Jelly Roll, and what about his performance?
Uh, because it's a a big event. He did good. He did better than I thought he would. He sold a few moves A couple of them he didn't sell. Uh, all in all, it was a good match. I want to be positive here
Yeah.
because I know WWE love their celebrities. Cardi B hosted it, Jelly Roll's in it, Jake Paul's in it. It's for the casuals, some fun. But that's my boy Drew McIntyre. He deserves better. He deserves so much better. He deserves so much better. It was a good fun match. That's all I can say. It was a good
Yeah.
fun match.
Yeah, it was. I say the
That's
MVP
all.
of the match was the MVP of the match was the actual wrestler that got the pin at the end was Jake Paul. He's gonna be a world champion.
Logan.
Logan Paul, I keep saying Jake. Hey, Jake's gonna be a world champion too in boxing, but that's for a whole nother show. Uh, whether we like it or not, or he should be or not, he's gonna eventually be a world champion too. But yeah, Logan Paul's gonna be world champion at some point. Don't forget he had a world championship match against Roman Reigns
Roman
and
Reigns.
came close. And he really wasn't nearly as good as he is now. And that just shows you how high WWE is on Logan Paul. Like he's
Right.
more than just a celebrity that came over and started wrestling. He's a
He's
wrestler.
a
I mean,
he's a wrestler.
he's
Yeah.
a wrestler. You
He's a
know, we
wrestler.
know that. We watch enough wrestling to know when somebody's a wrestler. Like he
Right.
is a wrestler. He's done a lot of things thus far. Remember, he saved Rey Mysterio from breaking his neck in the middle of a
Hmm.
match. You know, so he knows what he's doing. All the matches he's had, there's been some sort of viral moment in his matches,
Hmm.
no matter who he's faced. So yeah, he's the MVP of this. But Jelly Roll, for somebody who um, is coming from the music industry, jumping in, and he's all in. You can tell he loves
Hmm.
professional wrestling. Um, and hey, you're not gonna come in here and win as soon as you jump in. Not this time. But he
Right.
still is gonna have some other things happen. And losing that match, I think that opened up the door for Jelly Roll to return and try to get some get back. So I think
Right.
that's what I take from that tag match is that. Okay. And it gives Randy Orton, breath of fresh air. He didn't have to be in a title match or anything like that. He was on the card again, which extends his career there, being
Hmm.
on again. But I just really think this was about getting more eyes on WWE through
Right.
the fan base of Jelly Roll, through the entertainment piece. And that's what they did. You know what I'm saying? They basically advertised for SummerSlam every time those guys was on a talk show or what I'm saying, on ESPN or on that late
Hmm.
night show and all that happened, the big fight happened on there. You know what I'm saying? Like it was all about advertising because they bring the eyes over to SummerSlam. So that's what I
Right.
took from that.
Right. That's a spotlight kind of match. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I had was I think Drew deserved a little better, but I
Yeah.
mean all the guys that are in there are talented, and for Jelly Roll, one thing I do like about WWE and their the way they pick their celebrity outside of Travis Scott. Uh, most of the most of them have taken it serious and they train, and I'm waiting for the one that set the bar to come back and have a great match, and that's Bad Bunny. I think after everybody seen what Bad Bunny did in that ring, he took it serious. He trained, pulled off some great moves. He really set the stage for celebrities to come over and really take wrestling serious. So I'm waiting for
Absolutely.
him.
Yeah, hey, I wouldn't mind seeing a Bad Bunny Jake Paul match.
Yeah, definitely. I thought we would get that, Bad Bunny. Jake Paul. Will tell you who else I want to see, and maybe my memory, maybe they did fight. I want to see you mention them earlier. Carmelo Hayes and Jake Paul. I want to see them go
Ooh,
ahead.
that'd be good. That'd be
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I
That'd be
want to
a
see that.
good one. That would be a good match. Yeah, I can't wait to see that too. And that's somebody else that's he's gonna be world champion too one day. It's Carmelo Hayes. But yeah,
Yeah,
just Jelly Roll, Randy Orton, Drew, and Paul, man, tag team. It did its job. But now
yeah.
let's get to this main event, man, because my goodness, S- man, the main event for night one: CM Punk challenging Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship, man. I'm gonna let you roll with it.
I'm going to say this. I don't know if people recall, but I was the one of the people who said I didn't get CM Punk hype. I didn't get it. Man, CM Punk probably one of my favorite wrestlers in the WWE right now. After that was Gunther. When Gunther get in the ring, Gunther's not going to have a bad match. So it's up to you to top him or keep up with him. And in this match, CM Punk back and forth. They punished. Well, they Gunther laid it on Punk. This is I can't say it's one of his better matches because all Gunther matches are good, but so far this is probably my favorite CM Punk match. It really they took their time with it. They told the story in the ring. I really didn't. I wanted Punk to win. I really didn't know if he would win, and if Gunther would have won, I've been cool with that too. But I think right now Gunther is he actually don't need a belt. He's so good now. He held it down with the IC title. This is second reign with this title, right? This was the
Yeah,
second
second
reign
ring. Yep.
with this title. So I think they're gonna give he. I think he has an injury, a nose injury, so he'll be off of the screen a little bit. And when he come back, when he comes back, I'm smiling because I don't want to talk about night two, but
Oh yeah,
we
yeah.
might get the
Okay.
match. We might get the match that we supposed to got a while ago if he comes back. And with Gunther, he the fans like him. I love Gunther because he knows the fans like him, and when he comes out, they sometimes cheer for him. But he don't. He's an old school wrestler, so he don't buy into the fans liking him. But if he comes back and he's a baby face, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind
Ooh,
it.
I tell
So
you what, man. Oh, go
I
ahead.
love this
Oh,
match and I love both of these guys. And hats off to CM Punk for a second before we get into CM Punk champion. You know, one time champion.
yeah, hey, congratulations to CM Punk, man. He overcame the giant, man. He overcame that monster, man. And Gunther. Gunther beat his butt the whole match. This match was all about can CM Punk survive the onslaught,
Right.
and can he figure out a way to pull this off, this feat. And look, he pulled it off, man. But Gunther made a mistake. I mean, he got a little too cocky,
Yeah, it's
and
unlike him.
that
Hmm.
one opening got him. That's what CM Punk took advantage of. That one opening, and when he saw blood on his face, it was like just like when Drago and Rocky went at it, and you finally made that man bleed. You know what I mean? Like
See,
like
see,
he.
that's the same way we think. Just like he's a machine. He's not a machine. He's a man.
Yeah, he's a man. Yeah, there you go. That's it. And that's what happened, man. He took advantage of that opportunity, won that belt, man, and you could tell like he went through hell to get that championship.
Yeah,
But then
man, CM Punk deserves that championship after going through all that. He definitely deserved that championship.
he did, man, and it make me want CM Punk to win another championship,
Right,
man, because
right.
you know just what he went through, just how he changed. Because it's a man, we can talk all night about CM Punk and WWE, but to see the change in Punk, right? Since coming back to WWE and just seeing the overall change about him and just seeing things that's going on. Like he
That's
hasn't
part
just come
of
back and just won every match. He hasn't come back and just grabbed every championship. He has been grinding through this thing, uh, putting other wrestlers over. You know, all this has been going right for him. I mean, you know, he's doing this tenure here with WWE. He's doing it in a special way, and for him to get that championship, man, it felt so good to see him win that match. It made me forget about Gunther for a minute. Like I'm okay with Gunther losing now, and
right.
and and for him to have to take deal with Seth freaking Rollins. Think about the irony behind this, though. The hatred between the two off screen. I mean, what a better way to stick it to somebody that you don't like by cashing in and taking the championship 5 minutes later.
Okay, let's
How did you
talk
feel
about
about
that.
that?
Let's talk about let's talk about this whole thing in general. First of
All
all,
right.
uh, back in December, because I think it was my birthday, that Saturday night main event,
Okay.
Seth beat CM Punk, and I thought that match was rushed. I thought the whole thing was rushed for what they had going into it. Like you said, they didn't like each other, and I think CM Punk won clean in the match, and I just didn't like it. And I was like, "That's all we're gonna get from that feud." So that kind of got me. And then with Seth getting hurt, which I thought it's funny because a lot of people said they knew he wasn't hurt or whatever. When Seth did that springboard and came up hopping,
Yeah.
I said I said to myself, he looked like he hurt before he went
Yep.
down. It did look like he got hurt on that, and I always say he does that. He does a falcon arrow where he lands on his feet and his legs
Yep.
buckle. And I was like, one day he's going to get hurt from landing on
Right.
his feet, from missing that
Right.
move. So it sold me. I don't care what anybody else said. It sold me, and I was like, LA Knight shouldn't have beat Seth. So I was sold all the way. Now with him winning, I didn't think he should have won the Money in the Bank. That's a whole different story, but he did. So with the injury, a lot of people rumors he's not. So I'm thinking if he does cash in, he's cashing in second night. I didn't think he would cash in over. CM Punk. I didn't think they would revisit that. I thought we would get CM Punk winning, and then maybe when stuff comes back from the injury, they would feud about the belt. But I like the way they did it. Him hobbling and out there just talking or whatever. Kind of like, you got to see me down the line. You got to see me down the
Right.
line. And then him turning around and just dropping them. I was like, oh, okay, okay. And then took he took it off and ended up winning. One thing about Seth is funny to me because I Seth Rollins to me is the macho man of wrestling. We talk about
Yeah.
Hogan, but he's a macho man. He's that workhorse he's always there. He's a pillar. When he's healed, sometimes I don't feel it because it's always the same. I'm taking over gimmick. This time I actually like it a little bit. So I don't know what's going to happen now. CM Punk has to be pissed, and then he has to be pissed twice. He has to be pissed because he got cashed in on his big moment, and it's karma because of what he did to Drew McIntyre when he cashed
Yep.
in. So
Right.
I'm like, are they even going to revisit it? Is Drew going to, poke the bear before
He
he gets
did.
his rematch? Yeah, yeah, he did. He got to poke the bear on Twitter, I think. He
And
said,
and he did it. And he did it on the post show
"Oh, he did."
night
Okay,
one.
I didn't watch the both
They
show.
interviewed him in the back. Just what's her name, Redmond. She interviewed him in the back, and he mentioned this, and he said that just like what you said, it's karma for CM Punk because of what he did to Drew McIntyre when Drew McIntyre won the world championship that year at WrestleMania when Damon Priest cashed in on him. And
Right.
Seth came out there and tripped him up. Like, man, we got to go back and watch that because I think Drew McIntyre stood up on the table and celebrated, and he got tripped up off the table, kind of like
Right.
how Gunther got tripped up off the
I
table.
took that. Right. Right.
Yeah, but yeah, Drew did give his 2 cents on an interview
Now,
backstage night one. Yeah,
WWE, we talked about earlier, while some stories don't get the time, but some do. And if CM Punk gets that title back, I got to see him and Seth for that title. I mean, him and Drew for that title. I have to see
yes,
that.
yeah,
I it got.
that's a must.
I don't want it at SummerSlam. I don't want it at Survivor Series. That has to be a WrestleMania. That has to be a WrestleMania where CM Punk goes against Drew for that title.
Yes, sir. Hey, we can talk about. I'm gonna talk about this part, but Seth, right? How he there's nobody that could have said, "Oh, I knew he was going okay. Oh, I knew he was injured." I mean, not injured. He was pulling wool over our eyes on that
Right.
because he has a history of knee injuries, a real
Hmm.
history of knee injuries. And he's already been told through the years, be mindful of some of these high flying moves that you're doing because it could backfire. And when I mean, I speak for myself. I thought he was really injured. You know what I'm saying? Because of how they ended that match on Saturday Night's Main Event in Atlanta, and then how he was on the Rich Eisen show,
Mm-hmm.
talking football and everything, filling in. I'm like, okay, what WWE is doing is just, hey, he's injured, but he can still be, doing other live stuff.
Right.
Keeping the WWE relevant. You know what I'm saying, or putting more eyes on WWE while he's injured. I figured the only thing I questioned was how long was he going to be injured? Was he going to be out for a couple months, or was he, like 3 months, or was he going to be out 6 to 8 months? That's where I was with it. But for him to come
Mm.
back at SummerSlam, man, that was a shock, man. I'm trying to think of another time that I was shocked that much. And
Well,
maybe it's when I don't know when it was, man. When I'm trying to think about it now, I really can't tell you when I was more shocked than that cash in.
I'm going to tell you this.
Maybe
I'm
Hulk
going
Hogan
to
turning heel in NWO. Maybe that one, but that's about it.
Yeah, yeah, that's up there. But for me, what this does now is stamp himself as the GOAT Money in the Bank.
Oh,
You know,
there's no question.
he's definitely the GOAT with the heist of the century, and with this, he's definitely the GOAT of Money in the Bank. So, and I would like I said, I didn't think him winning it. I don't think he needed to win it, but if they thought ahead and did this ahead, they did a wonderful job with his cash in. They
Which
did a
goes back
great
to
job.
what you said. Which go back to what you said earlier in the show, Reggie, about WWE having to, do things to stay ahead of the dirt sheets and things like
Right,
that. Like to pull this off was major. You know what I'm saying? Like to be able to pull it off in the way they did. I mean, all you can do is tip your cap to them, man. Like I was got. You know what I'm saying? I'm certain a lot
yeah,
of other people were too, because you can listen to the reaction of the fans and tell like, hey, nobody said, oh yeah, this was definitely gonna happen. Now, if you told me Seth was healthy the whole time, right? He was healthy and everything was just status quo, and he didn't have that incident in Atlanta, with the knee and all that. If none of that occurred, many people would have thought, okay, cashing in at the next big PLE, which is SummerSlam, was a possibility. But the way they pulled this off, man, the way Seth was walking around with his daughter in crutches, the way he was on these different talk shows, the way he, went to doctor and, went to get a checkup in Birmingham, Alabama, where everybody go when they get hurt, get injured. I mean, played it all the way through, man. I mean, you got to give him his credit for the creativity to do this, and it's just taking that money in the bank to a whole nother level, man. Who's gonna do what next when they win it?
right. And the thing about it, even like you said, I wanted Punk to win. So and I was excited that Seth cashed in. So at a point, I was like, not like this. Well, I mean, stick it to him.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
I can't blame him. I can't blame him.
no, not at all, not one iota, man. And it does this too. Um, it makes that faction that much stronger now because that's what they wanted. They want to have a world champion in that faction, and now that's what we have. I'm curious if I know the tag team championships situation. We'll talk about that for night two. But what if they can get those tag titles over to this faction too? Just a thought.
Um,
All of them
I
be
would
walking
like
around with gold.
I would like that, but I know that it depends on if they're going to keep them together. Either
Yeah,
that way or go where you go. I would like to see uh Breaker win the U.S. title because he already won the Intercontinental title.
correct.
Maybe Bronson Reed. He hasn't won those singles titles yet, so I would want Bronson to win a title, even if it's the tag team title. I think they need that. They do need that extra stamp besides Seth being besides them being Seth's henchmen, get them that a level above what they are now, so people can respect them a little bit more.
Right, right. Yep. I agree, man. And hey, let's look at night two. We talked about the cash in with Seth. Okay, so we're done with night one. All right, night two. Let's start right off with the women's world championship triple threat. When you have a triple threat, there's no disqualification. So keep that in mind. Anything can go. And in that match, we have Naomi pulling out the victory, man. What you think?
The winner was great. I'm glad to see Naomi winning titles. Love the work she's been putting in. And after the match that Bria and Io had at Evolution, which is my match of the year, I can't wait to see this match with Naomi actually in the match and not cashing in. It delivered. Uh, Rhea was working hard the whole time trying to get the victory, and it looked like she had the victory. Uh, but Naomi coming in, I didn't kind of I get it. She's a heel character. She should get a sneaky win. I wanted her to
Right.
get a clean win. So hopefully, when she takes on her next opponent, she'll have a clean win. But with all three of them in the ring, and EO, Genius of the Sky, Genius in the Ring, Rhea, Hall of Famer too, and then the work that Naomi put in, that was a great way to kick off night two with that match. So I like what they did the night two, kicking off with that match.
And Naomi defended her championship. I think,
Hmm.
yeah, again, right? I think she challenged. But anyway, she defended that championship against two high level opponents. I mean,
Right.
you're talking, two of the best out there with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. And let's not forget the match that Rhea, Io, and Bianca Belair had at WrestleMania. That was another great
Oh,
match. So, for Naomi in that triple threat, which she's great in her own right. She's a first ballot Hall of Famer, by the way, too. She defends her championship, and now we still have Rhea trying to get that gold that she, says she wants so bad. She got to get it back, but at the same time, she's not beating Io
yeah,
Sky, so she's got
right,
two things she's got to deal with. What I'm
right,
saying, got to get over the Io Sky hump and got to get that championship back. But
right.
Naomi is the champ, and I wonder how long she's going to hold on to it. Going to enjoy it while it's here, but she is doing a great job as champion, and I do see a long reign for her. I see a long reign going for her. I mean, that's what I see.
I see a long range because we got to get the last time we had Bianca and Naomi in the ring together. Naomi called her a bitch. Said her
Another
mom gonna
another
be
challenger.
right. Her mom both gonna be in a wheelchair. Bianca get hurt with a finger injury, and I know she seen what happened with Jade and Naomi, and then Naomi cashing in to get her title. So and she got some competitors. And I ain't gonna skip over Stephanie Valkyrie, who she got at Castle too, because she been hot too. So
That's gonna be
um,
a good one too. Oh my
that's,
goodness.
that's gonna be a real. That one might. I haven't looked at the card, but I know that one's official, and that one might steal the show.
Yeah, man. I tell you, man, Naomi got her hands full, man. There's a
Yeah.
ton of challenges out there in that women's division. So, congratulations to Naomi. And by the way, she came to her ring walk. Her dad was playing the guitar. And they mentioned that he played for bands, like Cool and the Gang and
Mhm.
stuff like that. He was in that kind of loop. So super talented there. And that was a great touch, man. That was a smart ring walk introduction that she did presentation. So Naomi, shout out to you for doing a WrestleMania type uh ring walk at SummerSlam. There you go,
A
setting that bar.
quick question for me.
Yes, sir.
I always respected Naomi. This ain't her first title run either.
No,
But it seems like this one, like she just kicked it in high gear with it. I was wondering how they gonna do the change of character and she had the glow thing when she was a baby face. Now she got the proceed with caution thing, and you can tell she put in work with it. I definitely hats off to Naomi. We got to come up with something where we can do awards because this is my uh which most improved, definitely most improved.
Okay, we'll do that. Let's get our categories together. In our next production meeting, get our categories together, and we can come up with the Turnbuckle Talk Awards, and we can have our Turnbuckle Talk Awards show. You know what I mean? We can
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that.
And
Okay.
this next match might be up there too. Is one of the matches of the year. This one for me, I don't mean to step over you. This one for me was
No, you're
funny
doing
because
right. Your
I'm
turn.
not I'm not the biggest Wyatt Six fan, and I'm not the biggest like tag team. Back in the day, with my favorite matches probably was like Demolition and Powers of Pain like that. I used to love tag team, but nowadays they don't gel like they used to, and they ain't a unit like they used to. They stick people together, so I don't really get down with the tag team. But this one, they had the legends in the crowd with the Hardy Boys and the Dudley Boys, and I'm like, okay, you gonna show them before you do this match? You sure you
Yeah,
want to do? Because they already did that. They already did that. So you
yeah.
gonna put on them? But man, everybody was on point in this match. Everybody, Street Park, uh, Wyatt Six,
Yep.
Andrade, and his partner. They
Yep.
everybody was on point. The
Fraxium.
timing of Fraxium and DIY. Everybody was on point in this match.
Machine gun. Motor City Machine gun.
Machine guns. I mean,
Yeah.
whoever idea that was, I thought they were gonna overpack it, but whoever idea that was, and the way they executed everything, hats off to them guys. And this is a big win for the Wyatt Six. It looked like they didn't know what they were gonna do with them. They'll halt their little push or whatever. And but this is a good thing to start the Wyatt Six, and hopefully, I think they got the demolition. The is it no the Freebird rule where they can come in and switch people out. The only thing about the
Oh yeah.
YSC, and it's off topic, I'm waiting for Nikki Cross to do something. That's the only thing I'm waiting for.
And hey, they have some. And now that the women have a U.S. and an IC title, there's somewhere to go with that. You know what I mean? Like there's still some places to go with Nikki Cross down, at some point. Um, if gold is in her future, there's some
Right.
opportunity there to get there. You know what I mean? But we'll see. I mean, that will be what the next step would be, in my opinion, is for Nikki to go after some gold. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Howdy don't necessarily need to. He just need to Uncle Howdy just need to kind of
Right.
the flock, if you will. But yeah, they could use that Freebird rule, which would be smart, where they can do that. That slides in the big what is it,
Roman.
Rowan? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it'd be a way to slide him in there too. And look, the way that match went, he was able to get involved, and so was Uncle
Right.
Howdy. So they'll come up with ways to get it done for them. That tag team championship, I mean the tag team division. There's a lot of tag teams in there. I mean, even Los Garza, who didn't
Right.
participate, that's another tag team, that was dealing with this on the SmackDown side, with these issues. But now I know they're in the AAA as well, and they won the AAA tag championship, so they're kind of busy. But I enjoyed the match. Like I like high impact matches, kind of like that, especially on. Okay, I'm still here. Especially on card SummerSlam where you can get 10 superstars out there, and then let's add this too. Let's add DIY Johnny Gargano's wife. Let's add her in there in the
Right.
spot that she had when she fell off the ladder, what I'm saying, off top of the ladder. And then you add
Rico
B
Starks.
Fab, what I'm saying? B Fab was in this match too. Like think about all the moving parts in this kind of match. It's a great way to showcase a lot of people uh
Mm-hmm.
on the card that more than likely probably wouldn't be on the card any other way. So it was a
Right.
great way to bring in a lot of bodies, to be on the main stage. So I'm good with that one.
Yeah.
Man, well go ahead and finish your thoughts and then we'll go to the the match I
No,
didn't
no, we
like.
can go ahead. We can go ahead.
Oh, okay. So, the next match here, Becky Lynch, she is still women's. Becky Lynch is still the women's uh, Intercontinental Champion. I'm glad she still is the champion
Right,
because that championship has a major player holding the title, and it's a heel, so you got a lot of wrestlers that can get an opportunity to dethrone her. And you could see a series of matches here with Becky. I think her and Bailey would be good. I think, even Lyra coming back later on would be interesting. Maybe her and Bailey can feud for a little while first, and then that happens, or whoever else is next in line that wants to challenge for it. But I think having Becky as a champ that sets that up a lot better than the other way around. But
right.
this wasn't my favorite. I'm being honest, and I'm a WWE lifer, but this wasn't one of my favorite matches. I appreciate them for what they were doing out there, but to me, it just felt like they were going too fast. It felt like it was just 100 miles an hour, but we
Yeah,
going 100 miles an hour on a treadmill. If you ever see somebody just run fast on a treadmill, that's how it felt to me.
right,
But I get it, but it just wasn't one of my favorites. What about you?
right. I feel the same way. I think they stuck a stipulation in there that wasn't needed,
Yeah.
and they probably stuck it in there to give it some feel for it. I just don't. Tell me the girl's name again because I don't know her name.
Oh,
Becky
Lyra,
Cody.
Lyra
Live,
by Kill or
live.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No disrespect to her, but I don't think she should have been. I don't think she should have been in that spot. I know they want to push her, but uh, I appreciate, like you said, appreciate them putting their bodies on the line. Like you said, Becky gives this title some relevancy,
Yeah.
and this is where I want to see Jade go. I actually want to see
Good point, man. Good point.
Jade go Jade go after this title. She wasn't able to get the big one from Tiffany, but she can get this title and with a credible opponent in Becky, and that'll keep her on that level where if she can just go right back up and challenge for a title if she gets this one.
And then that isn't that what kind of happens with champions over the years? Remember Macho Man Randy Savage when he beat. As a
Hmm.
matter of fact, I just watched that match today when Randy Savage beat Tito Santana. Uh, let's see, it was don't hold me to this, but it was like February 8th. It was an old school match, so it had to be like 1987 or something like that. It's
Hmm.
86, 87, but I watched it on YouTube again. But that's when Savage beat Tito Santana Intercontinental Championship, and Macho Man was a credible Intercontinental Champion. He was next in
Hmm.
line for Hulk Hogan. He talked about it. Hey man, I got the IC title. I'm coming after you, Hogan, down the line. And eventually he did. Right? They had that big feud. So like that's what I'm talking about. That's what we want. That's what I think WWE is going to do with Jade. They're gonna build her up, and she's gonna work her way up to the
Hmm.
top, and not just be thrown at the top like she
Right,
was elsewhere. Because once
right,
you get thrown straight to the top from the jump, like just straight there to the jump, then where else can you go long term?
right,
So I like
right.
this. I like this for Jade. Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me also Bobby Lashley. He had the U.S. title, and then he lost it. I was like, where are you gonna go? Next thing you know, he's the champion.
He's
So
world champ. Yeah.
right, right. So yeah, I would want to see her go after this, or maybe even in a continental title. But I mean the U.S. title. But this is the one I think she should go out there and get Becky.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. But Becky is the champ. And we'll move forward from there. Solo, man, with a lot of help. He didn't do it solo. He had he had a lot of help, man, with the MFTs. What do they call it?
Yeah,
My Family Tree,
my
NFT, his new
family tree.
faction.
Yeah,
It's a rough faction though, man. He got some heavy hitters in that faction, man.
I,
Them guys,
I'm glad he won. The funny thing is, people want Jacob to win because I know Jacob's a wrecking ball. People love
yeah,
Jacob, but I actually like Solo now. I like Solo. He don't take himself too serious.
talking
I don't
solo.
like I don't like the faction a little bit because it still remind people of the bloodline. I wish we could get off of that a little bit, but I do. I love Solo, so I don't know what's next for Jacob since Solo beat him twice. I'm really I'm ecstatic for Solo because I know so many people thought Jacob, which he put out a great performance, breaking the cuffs and everything, tied to the
Yeah.
top of the ring. He tried to overcome the whole tree, but he just couldn't do it by himself. So maybe he needs some help outside of Jimmy to overcome them and see what's gonna happen there. And they gonna need somebody big to take on Tala Tonga. So
Woo, that's a big dude, man.
yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that. I'm doubt with that one. A lot of people want to say I want it to be over his bloodline. Nah, I
Mm-mm.
need Jacob to actually get his revenge on this.
I mean, here's the thing, man. The bloodline for all of us, the bloodline ain't going nowhere because there's so many of them, and so many of them in the cooker. Zilla Fatu is not even over here yet.
Right.
He'll be the next one that comes over eventually, some shape, form, or fashion. And we still have Roman Reigns and the OG bloodline, which is not quite formed back yet. But who knows? Survivor Series is coming up for San Diego at Petco Park. Who's to say that we don't get you know the
Them the-
MFTs against
mhm.
Roman Reigns, Jay and Jimmy and Solo. I mean not
Right.
Solo, and
Jacob.
Jacob. You know what I'm saying? And who could be that next one that jumps in? It could be Zilla Fatu to be the partner of on that side of the fence. So we still gonna have to have war games. There's gotta be some sort of blow off here with this MFT versus the OG bloodline at some point. But yeah, Solo with the win. I like Solo. I actually liked him uh ever since Roman had brought him in as the muscle.
Right.
I like Solo ever since then. I know he took a lot of backlash, but I think we got to remember that Solo he had came up kind of quick too, and
Right.
he's found his own footing, man, on his own, man. Like
I
as
think
a
that's what it is. The
as
people
his
need to.
own leader.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a leader, but it's not like he's following around Roman anymore. He's his own character. He's his own thing, and I wish people
yeah.
would give him more credit for that. I want to say before we get to the next matchup, the craziest thought in my head we talk about Tala Tonga and somebody coming to beat him. I'm thinking it's gonna be almost. I'm the only person in the world that think almost is coming back.
Don't worry, he's coming back. WWE hasn't given up on him,
Yeah,
at all. I think
I
they're
think
actually working with him to help him get better.
right. So I want to see him coming back the help out Jacob with that feud.
Shoot. He about the only one that could. I mean, with Braun
Right.
Strowman no longer, full time there, and almost will be that guy. I heard almost may show up in AAA at some point too. That would be
Oh, really?
interesting to see. Yeah, against him, him in AAA with all those high flyers down there. But we'll
Wow.
see what happens there. But I mean, eventually he'll be back on that roster, and he will be. Hey, that'll be an epic encounter between those two giants. So yeah, we'll see where it goes, man. But hey, man, I like what Solo said, "All gas, no brains." That
Yes,
was so
sir.
funny. That cracked me up when he said that about Jacob. But yeah, man, we'll see where they go with that. So Solo still the U.S. champ. Oh man, this next match it brought back a lot of memories. They tied a lot of history into the match, and that's AJ Styles and Dominic Mysterio. Dominic with the win, doing it in Eddie Guerrero fashion, man. How'd you feel about it?
I love the ending with the sneaky pulling his boot. That's one of the I go back, like I said, I go back and watch highlights of different stuff. That's one of the things I do. Go back and watch Eddie Guerrero and his cunning ways. So to see his son go out and do that and to retain his title using his dad's great genius work, I loved it. I wanted him to win. We talk about the next wrestlers that coming up, and uh, Dominic Mysterio. He's another one. Last year he proved that he's here to stay. He takes it serious. He's already been a champion twice with this title, and I think it was the North American title he
North
held
American Championship, yep.
before, and I think it's well
Tag team
deserved.
championship, tag team
Tag
championship
team,
with his dad.
right? He's already three-time champion already. So he's already building his resume. He's gonna get better and better. And of course, AJ Styles, Hall of Famer, he's gonna go out, put a banger on every night that he comes out. Love the fact he had his son come out in the lowrider like Eddie Guerrero did. So and Rey Mysterio did it also in honor of Eddie Guerrero. So it was a
Yep.
good solid matchup right before the big match of the night. Hats off to Dominic retaining sneaky way he did it, but we love it.
He keeps finding ways to win. Old Dirty Dom, man.
Right,
Came a long
right.
way since 2005 being in that custody match between Eddie Guerrero
Right.
and Rey Mysterio. Yeah, man, he's there, man. And Edge, Edge been put him over, but when Edge right before Edge left WWE, um, in one of those interviews when he was talking about the future of pro wrestling, he mentioned Dominic Mysterio is going to be one of those guys that's going to be at the top in the future, and you can see that that's the direction he's going to end up being. He's going to end up being massive, man. He's got it. So Dominic, all right, big shout out there from Dominic. You get the stamp from Turnbuckle Talk as well, not just Edge. Turnbuckle Talk is giving you the stamp of approval too. All right, man. Main event. Cody Rhodes challenging John Cena, the never seen 17-time
Yes,
world
sir.
champions. Hey, man, street fight for the championship. That means anything can happen. No disqualifications. Talk about it.
And definitely they made up for what they did at WrestleMania last year. The match was good at WrestleMania. I actually liked it. A lot of people said they didn't like it. I actually liked the match at WrestleMania. I think that being Cena, one of Cena's first match, he had to get his feet up under him. This one, this is one of my favorite John Cena matches, and it's one of his last ones. He came out, he fought with Cody Rhodes. Uh, like he really put. I can't go back and call the match because it was so long, but we had so many false finishes. Like they really put it out there on the line, and I'm glad he had turned babyface before the match. I think that allowed him to work a little better. That he was, he kind of apologized for the way he's been acting and things. I think that made him work a little better, work faster, his pace. He could do his moves. So definitely, match of SummerSlam to me was that match. And actually, at the end, I kind of wanted Cena to win the match. I can't even lie. After all them kickouts, I wanted him to win that match. So I understand Cody's the wave of the future, the next generation, but Cena laid it out, man. He really did. Hats off to him. Cody too. Cody laid it out, man. One of Cody's better matches since he's been in WWE, and I couldn't believe it. This is Cody, I think, second street fight because he had the one with KO.
Oh
This,
yeah, that
this
was a brutal too.
yeah, that was a good one too. So this kind of Cody game. He know what he's doing in the ring when it comes to the street fight. So I'm glad he won.
Yeah, congratulations to Cody winning that championship back. You know, hey, second time, two-time champion already. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have that run again. We'll
This
see how it
man,
goes.
I didn't want to
I
cut you
thought,
off, but this man had two-time champion already, King of the Ring, two-time Royal
yeah,
Rumble.
yeah, already. I mean, since returning to WWE, and don't forget, he won
And
that trilogy. He won that
he's
trilogy.
yeah, with
Yep,
Seth.
but he won that trilogy with Self. He also, I think he won two out of three in a trilogy with Brock Lesnar.
Yep, yep, yep.
So
So,
he's really got his. I mean, and you beat Roman Reigns, like
right,
you. He had a Hall of Fame career in the last three years. You know what
the
I'm saying?
last 3 years, bro, that is crazy.
That's a Hall of Fame career.
Just
Yeah,
this,
just that alone is a Hall of Fame career. We just named. I mean, we just named some heavy hitters that he survived.
and that's not this. Did you say tag team champion too? Because he won the
Oh, I
tag
did
team
not say
championship.
tag team because he was tag team champ with Jay. Yep.
He's won the tag team championship with Jay. This crazy, man. That is crazy. So that.
Oh, go ahead and add this too. Crown Jewel champion.
Oh my god, he did win. What Crown Jewel. Wait a minute.
Beat
So he had
Gunther.
Crown Jewel. And
He
then he
beat
want to keep.
Gunther.
Oh my
Beat
goodness.
Gunther.
That is right. He beat Gunther. I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. We got to put Cody's resume after AEW is crazy.
It's a Hall of Fame career, man. Like, I mean, already, like you could just take the last. When did he show up at? I think he showed up at WrestleMania against Seth
Um,
a couple years ago. So
WrestleMania.
start. You could just start right there, and he's in the
Was
Hall of
that
Fame.
or was that 39? I think it was 39. 39
Ooh,
did he with two of Roman. And
yep.
then oh my
He
god.
had 40. He had 40 when he won it. He got 39 when he lost. So it might have been 38 when he showed up.
Oh, that's
I'm trying
right,
to get
38. This
because
one
he
he pressed 42. Yeah, he debuted at 38, lost at 39, won at 40. Uh, then what he lost to Cena at
in
41,
41.
and this
Yep.
one is 42 is coming up.
Yep. Yep. Crazy, isn't it? So,
That,
hey man.
he's on
And
what I
then
call that Ric Flair run when Ric Flair was beating everybody, like 89, I think it was 89 to 90.
okay. But yeah, man, Cody did it, man. He beat Cena. Like you said, man, I don't have to repeat everything you said. So I'll try to find some things to not repeat. But the I forget the name of the move, but it kind of looks like Pop Rocks. Cena pulled that move off. Canadian Destroyer, I guess is what it
Oh,
was,
oh
or
yes,
something
yes,
similar to that.
yes.
You know, he did that move on the outside of the ring with Cody, and so Cena was getting down, man. Cena was bringing it, man, and like I, I don't know if it's the hair implants that he have now that's giving him that power, but I think it mostly it's because he turned face. And, he was able to beat the Cena that we all know. I think that gave him that extra energy. But hey, man, that was a war, man. Matter of fact, I had to watch that match again just to go
Yeah,
back through it.
it's
But that
one of the
match, it's one of the best ones, man. One of the best
that
matches out there.
to me that's Cody's. Well, I like Cody versus Roman one. That was a good matchup, but Cody didn't win. So with Cody
Yeah.
winning, I think this is to me the I like the KO match probably. I would take this one third. I really like that
Ooh.
KO.
Okay. I mean, hey, those are some excellent ones to choose from. Matter of fact, you can add this one to the list too. The one where he tore his pec, Hell in
Um,
the Cell.
see, that was the outside is on its own thing. I don't even remember. I don't even. I didn't put that up there. I didn't put that because
Okay.
that's his own thing. That's inhuman.
Yeah, that was a crazy match too. But yeah, this match was awesome, man. It's what the undisputed championship should be for. Like that's how you
Mhm.
fight for it. They was all over the place. It was a match. It was a battle. It was a lot of false finishes. They got us. They got me a lot in that. I thought it was over a couple times, either both ways. And
Yeah.
man, but the final straw when they had that camera shot and he did the salute and then did the crossroads. I mean, that match was awesome, man. And Cena, I'm just wondering what's next for Cena. I know somebody showed up, and we can talk about who showed up after the match. I'm assuming he's going after Cena. So, what do you think about Brock Lesnar, man?
I don't know if you remember this, but I've been telling people since Brock left. I can't wait to Brock come back. People saying no, Brock's not coming. I thought Brock would come back. I think last year SummerSlam was in Minnesota. I thought he was coming back last
Ooh,
year.
next year.
That is it next year
Next
or
year's in Minnesota, two
it
nights.
is? Okay, okay. I see. I thought it was either last year, and I couldn't remember. And I was like, "What's it supposed to?" I know one of these things is supposed to be in Minnesota, so I'm waiting for that for Brock to come. I was like, "Brock's coming back then." Then I waited for him at Royal Rumble, but Braun Breaker replaced him at the Royal Rumble. I'm just, I'm a wrestling fan. Forget the stuff outside of wrestling, because outside of wrestling, I think everybody's human. People make mistakes. We'll castrate you for your mistakes, but I don't know if he needed to apologize or what it's gonna do to people. And then I thought maybe WWE should come out and say we suspended him, give him some type of punishment for what he did. and then bring him back so he can get hush the crowd a little bit. But personally, man, when Brock came, when I was like, that ain't The Rock. Whoa, that's Brock. He's back. He's back. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. If he put the thumbnail out there with me acting surprised, that was for the first night. That was for
Yeah, I
self.
was like, what?
Yeah, that was for. I recorded that when self cashed in. I didn't even. He should have recorded me that night when Brock came because I was so ecstatic, man. I'm glad he back. I started texting people like things finna change. Everything changes. This changes everything. And for a minute, when Cody beat Roman, it looked like WWE might be losing its touch a little bit because we are so high with Roman in the bloodline. That was like the one of the best. It's gonna go down as the best storylines ever in WWE. So to come back and top that with Cody's story, it was probably, with him winning it was good, but after him winning it, I think trying to top the bloodline probably was hard. But now with Brock back, it's gonna change everything. We're probably gonna get another Brock versus Roman down the line. Cody versus Roman. John Cena versus Roman. It's I mean not John Cena versus Brock. Roman versus Brock. Seth versus Brock. Braun Breaker. Then we got Gunther versus Brock. So this just changed everything. I'm ecstatic to see the nostalgia with Cena and Brock, but I just want to. I'm ready for WrestleMania now. I don't know what's going to happen at WrestleMania.
I tell you what, man, anything can happen, bro. We talking about Brock Lesnar, and eventually he's going to make it happen, man. Brock Lesnar's going to be in that mix, man, for that championship. I mean, if he's coming back, I don't know if he's just going to only come back just to go after Cena. I think he's coming back to take over again and go on his own run. And yes, business has just went up with the return of
Mm-hmm.
Brock Lesnar. We talking Roman Reigns is out there without a championship. You're talking about Cody Rhodes as champion. You're talking about Seth as champion. You're talking about Gunther back out there when healthy. And now you throw in Brock Lesnar in the mix. I mean, boy, the top at CM Punk,
Right,
LA Knight.
Drew
I mean, the
LA.
Drew McIntyre,
Mhm.
Randy Orton, the top of
Right,
this card, man. The top tier room, man. It's about full, man. I don't know who else can get in there right now. It's gonna be a tough race, man.
right,
So
right,
but Brock returning was a huge surprise. Um, and it's a much needed surprise. I think business. I mean, both nights are gonna be packed, man. Like with storyline, with who can win it all, and there's a lot of scores to be settled too. So
right.
I'm ready for it. I'm here for it.
Yeah, man.
Well, let's give a shout out to the one and only man, Hulk Hogan.
The
Um,
hope, man.
yeah, the Hulkster. He's no longer here on this planet. But man, without Hulk Hogan, man, I don't think we're sitting here having Turnbuckle Talk. I don't think
Yeah.
that you know WWE doing a deal with ESPN.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that as a lot of things were put in were put in place to get to the chain of reactions to finally get wrestling to stay in the mainstream. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Pro wrestling wasn't really mainstream until Hulk Hogan. You know what I mean? Like until that Hulkamania rock and wrestling era, and
Right,
all that. And of course Vince McMahon had a lot to do with that too. But Hulk Hogan was the catalyst that Vince McMahon was able to utilize, you know what I'm saying, to get that thing where he wanted it, which was in the mainstream, which was more than just within territories. Like not only like there used to be in the Northeast, and then you had NWA in the South, and World Class in Texas, and Mid South Wrestling in Tennessee. Everybody had a territory, but Hulk Hogan took this thing and made it worldwide. I
worldwide.
mean,
Yeah.
when you name sports, you name your athletes across the globe, Michael Jordan, you had to mention Hulk Hogan. You know what I'm saying? If you mentioned Muhammad Ali. You mentioned Hulk Hogan, like names like that. That's what Hulk Hogan. For those who like him or don't like him or have whatever feelings they want to have about Hogan, you can't deny the impact that he had on pro wrestling. Um, just ask WCW when Hulk Hogan
Right.
went over there. What happened? They
Hmm.
they they skyrocketed. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And but with WWE, none of this stuff happens without Hogan, man. So we gotta give Hogan his due. I'll let you say some things about the Hulkster, and then we'll get out of here.
Right. Like you said, man, I don't know if I would be a fan of wrestling without Hulk Hogan. Back in the day, I'm an NWA guy, but I always tune in to WWE to see Hulk Hogan and what monster he gonna go against next. We talk about, like you said, mainstream wrestling. WrestleMania itself
Yep,
was built off Hulk Hogan's back. Really, if they don't go out to see with that, getting MTV in the mix, him going 100% with it, charisma out the window when it comes to just being a showman and a wrestler. He wasn't the greatest technical wrestler, but when he got in that ring, he told a story that you believe, that you want to see the comeback every time. And for me, when I seen the news, I was like, I'm waiting for it to be fake, but it came through again. I'm like, oh wow, really? Like that?
yeah,
That's a part of my childhood. It's part of our childhood right there that we lost. And like you said, say what you want outside of the ring. Hogan's a hero to a lot of people. I mean,
yeah,
Hogan he changed the life of a lot of people, and a lot of people in the sport. They don't like him. You got to respect him because you won't be there without him. So you
yep,
you got you got to give him that uh, respect, and we'll probably do a show down the line, some of the greatest Hulk Hogan matches and moments. Um, because it was, I don't know why it popped up. Maybe because I was looking at wrestling, looking at some Hulk stuff, but uh, one of my favorite Hulk Hogan things is not wrestling. It was wrestling, but it was no holds barred, man.
no holds barred, yeah.
Like it was
Oh man,
the worst acting in the world, but one of the
yeah,
best movies at the same time. Like uh, I was cheering for Hulk Hogan Rip in no holds barred. So of course he was in Rocky 3. So I
yeah.
mean he transcended outside of sports. We talk about The Rock, John Cena, who else?
I
Roman.
mean,
You
the Miz, you name
Miz.
them. Yeah,
All these guys want to be superstars and stuff outside of wrestling. Hogan was really the first to lay that groundwork of trying to get into Hollywood and be a wrestler. And your hats off to him, a legend. I salute him. You know, and like all due respect, man. Nothing but
yep.
respect.
Hey man, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, man. And hey, um, that's how we're gonna end it today. But that's a legend, man. Like I said, we'll get into more details about Hogan. Just kind of do an episode on him, kind of go through the timeline a little bit, and then we'll do that on another episode. But we want to make sure we gave our shouts out to that because, and I think his funeral was today, either today
Yeah.
or
No,
yesterday. Um,
yesterday. It was yesterday.
it was yesterday. Okay, yeah, yesterday. So, Ric Flair had some things to say about that. We can tie it all in, but yeah, he definitely like if you. I'm gonna say this when you come up with a Mount Rushmore of professional wrestlers, you either gonna have Hogan on it or you're gonna have him above it, and you're gonna
Right.
find your four for Mount Rushmore. So that's the only places he belong, man. Like for real. So it is what it is. With Hogan, um, but he's no longer here. But hey, man, good thing we got YouTube. Go back and watch a lot of his matches.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
Yep. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Reggie,
As
man, we
Before we get out here, as a kid, my friends teased me WrestleMania. What's it was WrestleMania 6 when Ultimate Warrior
Warrior.
beat Hulk Hogan. Ultimate Warrior finally beat Hulk Hogan. Man, I had to shed a little tear, man.
Oh man.
I can't
Hey
even
man,
lie.
there's a bunch of memories dealing with Hogan, man. Like
Yeah,
one of my matches, I actually saw him wrestle Kamala, Madison Square Garden. You know
yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
told me
So
about it. You know,
yeah, that was
that's the thing I thought about. I said I've never seen Hulk Hogan live, man. I seen
yeah,
Flair, seen Sting, I seen a lot of greats, but I never got the chance to see Hulk Hogan live.
yeah. It's definitely happening, man. When you there, especially when he starts hulking up, like ain't
Yeah,
nothing like it, man. Ain't nothing
yeah.
like it. So, yep, Hulk Hogan, man, legend. All right, well, Reggie, you're a legend too, man, and I appreciate you being on,
All
man. And we'll get together, do this again.
right, man.
All right.